going on, you guys? I'm Cartel from Hell, back again. Today we're going to have the final review of this Prime1 Studios Venom statue. Now I wanted to go ahead and put all of my other symbiotes out on the table and give you guys a really good feel for just how impressive this Venom statue is. You know, as you can see, he towers above the rest. You would think that maybe it's just because of his base, but his base is actually around the same height of the other quarter scale Venoms. That's not the reason why he's so damn big, you guys. You know, I love every single one of these Venom statues for their own reason. You know, none of them are perfect. If I could take a piece from every single one and go ahead and make that into one Venom statue, you know, that would be the most ideal situation. But that being said, you know, like I said, I really love all my Venoms, and they're not going anywhere, man. You know, right here we got the XM Studios Venom. Very high quality, impressive Venom. Definitely love this piece. Right here we have the newest edition from Sideshow. This is the Sideshow premium format. The exclusive comes with a McFarlane style portrait. Right here we have the gold standard. This is the Venom that's been around forever. This is the OG. This is the Sideshow Collectibles Venom Comiquette. Now if you are lucky enough to get the exclusive on this one, it comes with the art print, but it's not like, you know, a full size art print that you buy. It comes with the statue and it goes in the box, so it's a smaller size art print. It's whatever they could fit inside the box. This one right here, very impressive piece. Now this is not a full size statue, it's just, you know, a bust, but it is quarter scale at the same time, so I wanted to go ahead and include it with this lineup right here. So this is the XM Studios Venom bust. Very impressive piece, you guys. Honestly, it's one of my favorites when it comes to the portrait itself. You know, the mouth with the tongue and everything looking all nasty and gnarly. And, you know, the reason why we came here, the Prime1 Studios Venom. You know, to touch on the portraits, you guys, I feel like for Venom, that's one of the most important parts to the statue, for the character. And looking at these Venoms right here, honestly, I really feel like the Prime1 Studios Venom, this Venom bust, and the XM Studios Venom have the best portraits. I really love how they packed in a lot of saliva within the mouth. Now this is the only one that has, you know, dripping saliva, but the other ones, they made them really glossy to give them that saliva effect. So yeah, man, I really think that that's necessary for a Venom statue. They are missing it on the Sideshow one and the OG Comiquette. If you have any of these Venoms, I just want to say congratulations. It doesn't matter if you have this one, this one, this one, or these. It really doesn't matter, man. Venom's just an amazing character, and you know, you're winning with any one of these pieces in your collection. You know, you might not have a lot of space, so you might want to go with the OG. You know, you might want to just have one very big ass impressive Venom and go ahead and go for this Prime1. I've already let this piece marinate, so I've looked over it at least 100 times, and you know, there's a lot to say about it. A lot of good things to say about it, some bad. I'm gonna go ahead and get you guys some shots of these statues real quick so that you guys can get a better feel for what they look like together. OG Comiquette first. Gotta give him a little bit of love. But yeah, one thing that I definitely love about this piece is the pose itself, the base, and the texture of the symbiote. The symbiote has just a very artistic and impressive texture to it. It's very stylized, and none of the other Venoms have symbiote just like this one. I really feel like the patterns of the symbiote are the most impressive out of all the Venoms. So when it comes to that, the OG Venom definitely takes the cake. Alright, so since we already got that other Sideshow piece already done, let's go ahead and take a look at the newer Venom premium format. This is the regular portrait. So as you can see, you know, there's not really any gloss in the mouth, so it kind of takes away from the statue a little bit. It is a very impressive piece. I actually really like the pose on it. It's more like that ASM 300 cover. The base is pretty cool. One thing I have to say about the base though is I'm really not digging the way that they put the pieces together. You can see the joints too much. It's not something that comes apart, so why should you have to see the joints? You know, they could have done a little bit more of a better job on that one. But for the most part, I really do like the base. A lot of people don't like this one because of the symbiote itself. It has more of a avocado type texture. So yeah, it's a really dope piece though. I definitely still love it. It's not going anywhere. Now we got that XM Studios Venom. Now this one right here, you guys, is definitely a winner. I really love that portrait. This statue does come with 3 portraits, just like that Prime1 Studios Venom. With this one, you get that Enraged portrait, you get that McFarlane portrait, and then you get that Eddie Brock morphing into Venom portrait. Yeah, I really like the base on this one. I kind of feel like the these little 2 extra symbiotes are more of like an afterthought, but still very cool. I decided to go ahead and display them with my piece. Some people don't use them, but I figured, fuck it, man. Throw them on that bitch. But yeah, when it comes to the paint job, really love the paint job on this guy. The symbol is a little bit lackluster. It is kind of cool though how they went ahead and recessed the symbol into his chest and back. The legs on the spider are just a little bit narrow for my preference. So yeah, as you can tell, the legs are just a little bit scrawny. But for the most part, it's a very impressive symbol. We got Cakes though. He needs to calm down with all that. Alright you guys, so like I said before, this is just a bust. This is the XM Studios quarter scale Venom bust. I have to say, out of all of the Venom symbols, this one has the most texture. And I really feel like it's just a very impressive representation of the symbol. I really love this. You see it a lot in the comics as well, looking like that. It just makes the symbiote, the Venom symbiote, just really seem alive, man. It just feels like it's going through so much turmoil. Gives it a lot of expression and movement. Love it, man. Love how that symbiote's just dripping into pools on the bottom of the base. So sick. But yeah, when it comes to the portrait, you guys, this has to be one of the best ones. Really takes the cake with the portrait. Gotta love those eyes too. Just very stylized, man. It's just a very beautiful piece. And really the only thing that I don't like about it, I feel like this bust should have had some arms included, you know? I know it's a bust. Most busts don't have arms included, and for their line, they're not including any arms on any of their statues, but I feel like it would have just given it that much more if he had that claw, you know, coming out towards you like he was about to rip you a new one. So yeah, that's really the only thing I can fault about this statue. Anything else other than that, it's a beautiful addition to the Venom collection. Damn, man. After removing all those Venom statues, I think I definitely deserve a drink. What do you guys think? Hell yeah! Right answer. Yes, sir. Yeah, baby. Salute. Nothing like a gentleman drink and a badass statue. So yeah, you guys, like I said before, I have let this piece simmer in the collection about 2 weeks. All in all, you guys, I definitely love this statue. It's a very impressive and imposing piece, and it's a very high quality piece as well. So really, that's all you need to know. Review's over. Go ahead and add to cart. But yeah, you guys, let's go ahead and kick it off with the bottom of the base. It's like a spider web pattern. And the paint's almost metallic. It's like a gunmetal gray on the bottom of the base. It's very nice because it ties it in with the rest of the statues from this line. Well, not from the whole line, but Anti-Venom has the same type of base on the bottom. The Spider-Man 2099 has a completely different base. I really need to do a review on that statue as well. Badass piece. But yeah, it has this the spider web effect on the bottom of the base is very cool, because if it was just plain, it'd be a little boring, you know. So they spruced it up a little bit, threw on those spider webs. They have all these other little spiders on the bottom of the base. So all of these spiders have been previously sculpted on the base. So they're not spiders that you go ahead and put on the base. They're already on there. They're a part of the base. You could tell that it made it a little bit more difficult for them to go ahead and paint these spiders, because I mean, think about it, their little legs, how hard is that going to be to paint? It's, you know, it's pretty hard considering it's already a part of the base, you know. So you can tell that there's, you know, a little bit of sloppiness here and there when it comes to the paint on the little spiders, but that's understandable, man. That's not going to be a very easy thing to do, to replicate, you know, 2,000 times. You know, I understand it, but definitely something that I want to point out. The whole statue itself, you would think that it's set in a sewer setting because you have this sewer pipe right here, but really it's not. This isn't a sewer setting at all. You know, this is more like a municipal district, water treatment facility or something, and then underneath, you know, ties it into that New York City sewer system. You know, this part of the base, you know, it's very grimy and dingy and dirty and dank little area of that lower sewer level. Yeah, there's a lot of rocks and mud, dirt, debris. You know, it's very weatherized, and we even got some more spiders right here. This spider is actually, you know, very big. It's like the size of a black widow that you find inside your house. Hopefully you don't have them, but if you do, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And the side of the base has that very similar effect where it's damp and looks like it's, you know, been wet for a while as well. We have some more spiders on the side and spider webs tucked in there as well. Now they put in a lot of detail when it comes to the side of the base, you guys. You know, they've really done a really good job. The paint on it is very good as well. We have another spider right here on the left hand side of this big ass venomized spider, and then, you know, this little spider right here is sitting on its little spider web as well. So yeah, there's spiders all over this piece, you guys. It's really cool. I definitely love it. And on this side of the base, we have some more spider webs tucked in there as well. But one thing that's really cool, you guys, is, you know, the sewage is like seeping out of the sewer opening. It's really cool. I kind of feel like they could have made the sewer water look a little deeper with some like translucent resin, just to give it that extra level of dimension. Sewer water could look like that if it's very, you know, thick and nasty. I don't even want to even think about how bad it smells. But yeah, on the inside of the sewer grate, they have another spider web in there with a spider just chilling on the spider web. It's really dope. And one thing that you can notice is that the way that these pipes are positioned, they would empty out directly into this pipe. So this pipe would be connecting into this sewer, and then this pipe right here would go straight down and empty out to the top of the sewer opening right here. But yeah, we got to go ahead and bring it to these venomized spiders. Now these spiders, you guys, they have been infected by the venom symbiote. You know, the spiders themselves are very big and impressive. The paint job on them is very nice and glossy, and they look like they have been infected by the symbiote that's creeping and crawling off of Venom as he's running through the environment. So it's just basically, you know, like one of these little spiders that was crawling around, and the symbiote touched him and then infected the spider. It's very cool, you guys. But one thing that I have to say about these spiders themselves, in the comics for this Dark Origin storyline, they have Venom symbols on I don't know, what is this, the abdomen or the thorax? I'm not like a biology major for spiders, I'm sorry, you guys. But yeah, they have that Venom symbol on the spiders themselves. So I really feel like that is a missed opportunity for Prime1 Studios. They should have added that shit on there, man. Just that extra level of detail would have kicked it up a notch, and I really feel like it's something that they should have spent a little bit more time on. But yeah, like we said before, we got a lot of symbiote, you know, infecting the environment and just wreaking havoc all throughout the whole environment. Very cool. Definitely love that aspect of the piece. I definitely love the way that the symbiote is painted. You know, it's got that blue hue on it as well. So it's got, you know, the very deep black oil look to it, and then it has that blue hue on the highlights. I think it's actually my favorite paint job for all the Venom so far. So yeah, we have this little shut-off valve that you could spin a little bit. I don't know why I keep spinning it, but I do. I can't help it. I'm used to most statues not having parts that move, just the way it is. And yeah, if you look at this shut-off valve, it makes it look like this valve is shut off because the sewer isn't all the way full. The sewer is like practically empty, and these pipes right here are full of water. One thing about the pipes, you guys, is that the water inside them isn't level. It kind of takes on the angle of the pipe itself. I would have liked to see the water inside, you know, level to Earth's gravity. You know what I mean? I really feel like that water should have been leveled off inside the pipe, especially because the water is like cut off and smooth, so you know it's not being disturbed. But it's a very cool little touch, and I do like that little effect that they put in there with the water. So I can't fault them for that, because at least they gave you that extra little, you know, effect. These spider webs, I feel like they came from the bigger venomized spiders, you know, because they're not like white and they don't look old. They look like they have just been laid down and they're still fresh. You know, they look like they're very, you know, sticky still. And it's a very nice little touch. Now, one thing that I wish they would have done with these spider webs, I wish they would have added in magnets on both ends of the connecting tips to the spider webs, just so that they would have sucked in the piece better for a better fit to the base itself. As you can see, they're not going anywhere. They're not moving. You know, you can tap on the base and they're not going to fall off or anything like that. So it's not really a problem. It's just more of a personal preference. If you guys haven't checked out the unboxings or the assembly videos, if you need to heat these up with a hair dryer, a blow dryer, go ahead and do so, man. Don't be afraid to go ahead and heat the webs up. Any of these pieces. If you need to heat up any of these pieces to get them to fit better without breaking, do it, man. Don't be afraid to do it. It's not a big deal. Put it under high heat for like a minute, maybe a minute and a half at the most, depending on the size of the piece. And yeah, man, get it done. So all in all, you guys, we have like 29 spiders on this statue. You know, I think there's like 13 on the bottom of the base right here, and then like another 8 on the side of the base. Like 1 on top of here, 3 or 4 on the pipes, and then including the venom symbols, the spider symbols on his back and chest. That's another 2. So that's 29 spiders on the statue. That's crazy, right? Alright, so now we got these venomized symbiotes that are coming, lunging towards you. I really love the fluidity and the motion that it adds to the statue. It does make the statue a little bit harder to display. As you can see, he's clocking in at, you know, 31 inches tall. So we got this big ass venomized symbiote right here. Very cool, you guys. They got the translucent teeth. It's all packed in with gloss on the inside of its mouth. You know, they got these little alfalfa looking strands of symbiote coming out of their head. It's very cool. Little tendril popping out, lightweight mohawk status. It's very cool looking. This one right here though, you guys, honestly, out of all the symbiotes, I've seen a couple people that have had problems with this one coming too close, but this one right here, I've always seen it the same. The angle that this piece of symbiote is coming down, I feel like it should have been either cut short and stopped right here and just lunged out forward to make it look like it's coming towards you know, Spider-Man, instead of coming at the ground. Because the way that this is angled out, it's like it's pointing straight for the ground, you know. And it's not that anything's wrong with this one, because the ones that I've seen all have that same angle. This is the one right here that kind of differs when it comes to different people's statues. Probably going to have to heat it up and go ahead and tweak it a little bit to get that correct angle that it's showing right here. I feel like this is what it's supposed to look like a little bit more. But yeah, this one right here, I really feel like they should have went with a different angle on that one. You know, the symbiote, it just gives it a lot of motion, makes it a very dynamic piece, makes it harder to display. But yeah, I love the way it looks, man. This is what you need when you're getting a Dark Origins Venom. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and move on to the Venom symbol itself, you guys. This Venom symbol, it's a very bold Venom symbol. Out of all the Venom symbols on all the Venoms, it's the boldest out of all of them. And one thing that makes it so bold is the color choice that they went with it. You know, they went with that stark white with a little bit of sheen and shine to it. So it really makes it pop. A lot of the other Venom symbols, they have like a dingy, dirty appearance to them. But this one doesn't. You know, there's a little bit of shading on it, but I think it has more to do with the contours of the sculpt itself. Maybe just a tad of shading, but yeah. So it really makes it pop, and I really love the sculpt that they went with the Venom symbol itself. I really feel like it's the most accurate and the most impressive looking symbol, with it being so bold. It doesn't have skinny legs. It's not recessed into the statue. It's actually like extruded and sticking out, you know? It gives it a very impressive look. Yeah, I'm really happy with that Venom symbol, you guys. You know, it really pops in the collection. You're gonna gravitate towards this piece all day. You know, you don't really gravitate towards black pieces, you know, dark pieces itself, especially with the Black Besta. You know, it's gonna kind of, you know, drown it out a little bit. And this one you're going to, because that big ass Venom symbol. Very cool. So, the last and final thing about this statue, you guys, the portraits. They're giving you some very high quality, amazing portraits with this piece. You know, they're giving you 3 portraits. The only other company that does that for a Venom statue is going to be the XM Studios Venom. This one right here is my favorite because I feel like it matches the Dark Origins storyline so well. It's not depicted all the way throughout the storyline, but it's what I feel gives Venom's appearance in that storyline such a different look to it, you know? They've done a really good job with the translucent resin on the tongue. You can slightly see through it a little bit, and you know, it has that it has the saliva dripping off the tips of the tongue. You know, it's really nasty, you guys. You probably got some kind of fucking virus going on up in there. The teeth are all translucent resin as well, and they are all packed with a lot of tartar and decay very close to the gum lines. And one thing that I love that they've added in with the tongue, they've added in the veins, the purple veins, the purplish bluish veins on the bottom of your tongue, and that wrap around your tongue and go all the way throughout your tongue. They've added all that in there, you guys. They've done an amazing job with the portraits. I can't say enough about these portraits. All right, you guys, I went ahead and grabbed those other portraits. Time for a refill. Hook it up. Come on, you guys. Slacking. Help your boy out, man. Let's do this. But yeah, here's those other portraits, man. Got that McFarlane-esque portrait. Gotta love this portrait. You do see it depicted a lot like this in the storyline, so it's just, when I think of McFarlane style, I don't really think of the tendrils, you know? So now this is pretty much like a happy medium in between the McFarlane style and the completely enraged style. But yeah, this one right here, you guys, just like this other portrait, that tongue has that translucent resin saliva, and the tongue as well. It's that maraschino cherry colored tongue, and the bottom of the tongue has those veins seeping through the tongue as well, just like this other portrait. So yeah, the teeth aren't as big. It's more of like a reptilian style looking portrait. Really like the eyes on it, and you know, those teeth have a lot of tartar packed in as well. I feel like if this is too much for you, this is what you should go for. But for me, that one takes the cake, you guys. It's definitely the portrait for me for this statue. I have other Venoms that I could use a McFarlane style portrait for. That work better, I feel like, you know. Alright, you guys, so that's going to be it for this review on the Prime1 Studios Venom. You know, I really want to say thank you guys for going ahead and checking this video out. If you haven't done so, make sure you check out that unboxing of this piece. Make sure you check out that assembly video. And if you guys Need some more Cartel from Hell in your life? Go ahead and check me out on Instagram at CARTELfromHELL. Thank you guys for everybody that made it all the way to the end. And for the rest of y'all, any of y'all punk ass haters, got one thing to say to y'all. Go to sleep, ho. It's past your bedtime.